Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin. So if you guys like the content, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. Also, do check out the Telegram channel in the description below. So, following Bitcoin is the primary purpose of the channel, and we use the information of Bitcoin to try to identify movements across the cryptocurrency asset class. And of course, one of the things we followed for a long time and we prepared for a long time was Bitcoin getting above the 20-week, right? Getting above the 20-week moving average like it did last time at the beginning of the bull market is what ultimately led, right, to us holding the 20-week several different times. And we know we did not hold it the first time. And in the current cycle, we actually have already failed to hold it twice. We failed to hold it here and we failed to hold it here. In the first cycle, we never failed to hold it. We always, once we got above it, we basically held it. So right here, we got above the 20-week and then we basically held it, right? We didn't come back down and immediately break it. And then in the second cycle, you can see during the accumulation phase, we broke it one time. And then the second time, we held it as support. And then the third time is now, right? I mean, the third test of us going above the 20-week is currently happening, which ultimately will lead to us retesting the 20-week as potential support at some point. But we know that the 20-week moving average is moving up quickly. And the reason we know that is because if you just take a measured move and you go back 20 weeks, you can see that we are replacing these, candles all the way down here at $5,000-$6,000 with candles at like $11,000, $12,000. So, there's a huge difference, right, in where the 20-week moving average is going to be, say, next week or 2 weeks from now. It's going to continue to go up rather quickly. It will not take long for it to go above 10K, like where the 20-week moving average, right, is above 10K. And now the price of Bitcoin is really pushing 12,000. Now, by the time this video comes out, I mean, maybe we're still below 12,000, maybe we're above it. But I would anticipate there's a good chance that Bitcoin will break 12,000 again. And the reason is because, the rest of the market is just doing so well. Ethereum's doing well. It already broke through 400, which was where Bitcoin broke through 12K the last time. Like the first time they approached it, Bitcoin was at 12K when Ether was at 400. Now Ether is at like 430 and Bitcoin is still below 12K. That we expect a higher return with Ethereum, though. At least I do. I expect a higher return, and the reason is because I'm taking on more units of risk to hold Ethereum in the event of a downside turn, right? And what does that mean? It basically just means that if Bitcoin were to crash back down to, say, the 200-week moving average, and if we just go ahead and plot this on here. So if Bitcoin were to crash all the way back down to the 200-week moving average, which is down here near the bottom of the regression band at around $6,400 is where the 200-week moving average is, then Ethereum would crash harder, most likely. And if you take a measured move from where the price currently is down to the 200-week moving average is a 45% dump. So if Bitcoin were to dump by that much, then Ethereum would dump harder, right? And a lot of altcoins would dump even harder than that. So we expect higher returns for Ethereum, but at the same time, Bitcoin and Ethereum they're basically dancing partners at this point. Ethereum tends to make the move. First, Bitcoin was above the 20-week, right? It got above the 20-week. The rest of the market comes alive. Now Ethereum makes the move, right? And then Bitcoin starts to follow, and it seems like it's been happening for a few weeks now. So with Ether making that move above 400. Going up to 420, 430. I think it even got up to like 440 or so. It's certainly plausible that Bitcoin makes another run at 12K and attempts to then, push higher, right? Push higher up to 13K. And ultimately, this is what we want to see, right? We want to see Bitcoin continue to climb, continue to grow. But at the same time, we recognize that the market sentiment can change on a dime. So while I expect Bitcoin to break 12K, I expect it to. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, right? I mean, no one really knows what's going to happen in the market. Tomorrow, Bitcoin could be back at 10.5, right? It could be back down to 10,500, and it would still be business as usual, right? And even at 10.5, we're still significantly above the 20-week moving average, which is at 9.2 or so. So in terms of Bitcoin, it does seem like it is primed for another move, right? It feels like it could easily break through 12K, and mainly just by looking at the nuances between Ethereum, looking at these really bullish movements and things like chain link, these parabolic moves. I would like to caution people though, right? When things go parabolic, eventually they will crash hard. It doesn't mean they're going to crash back to their pre-parabolic move prices, but for those people that are getting in at the top, you kind of get trapped in a sense, right? Because you think it's just going to go up and up and up and forever, and then you buy in, and then it crashes by like 50%. I'm not saying Link's going to do that necessarily. It could keep going up, but just a word of caution. So looking at Bitcoin right now, the price as I'm making this video is 11.9, so 11,975, and we are really pushing. We're really pushing to break out through 12,000. Now, if we do break out through 12,000. And things can move quickly, right? The market can move quickly. If you see a positive breakthrough 12,000, we could then make a move to 13,000. And note that if we get out of the regression line, that would correspond to getting over 13.2. So if Bitcoin goes above 13.2, then we're getting out of our macro level regression line, right? That we've used before, to identify these decent times of the market to buy, right? Because on this channel, we don't fret about short-term moves to the downside, right? We hope for them in a sense, right? I mean, and you get the sense why. Currently the market is just absolutely going crazy, and most people are wishing they had more crypto, right? So the idea is to take that feeling you have now and propagate it to the future, when inevitably there will be a correction, right? We know there's going to be a correction at some point. It's just a matter of can you keep with your resolve when that happens. But let's hope, right? Let's all hope. I mean, I would love to see a speculative bubble, right? We've talked about hopefully seeing a speculative bubble this summer, and so far, certainly these bubbles have played out for a lot of altcoins, even for Ether. I would say it's starting to get into bubble mode now. But Bitcoin, I really don't consider it to yet be in bubble territory. I still feel like with Bitcoin, it's still within our fair value regression band here, our primary logarithmic regression band. And because of that, Bitcoin is the primary one that I am getting. It's the primary one that I'm DCing. Now, this is not financial advice. It's just a matter of offsetting risk in the market, recognizing that a lot of coins are up significantly, and there's a good chance that they could retrace, and already having enough exposure in those coins to not want to continue that. Whereas I feel like Bitcoin, it is the market mover in a sense. If Bitcoin comes back down to the 20-week, rest assured the rest of the market is going to pause to see what happens, most likely. So what I'm looking for, right, I'm looking for Bitcoin to move through 12,000, and if it does, right, and it starts to make a quick run to 13, then there's going to be a lot of bleeding of altcoins likely back to Bitcoin. Not all altcoins, I'm sure you can cherry pick a few that won't, but a lot of altcoins will likely bleed through back to Bitcoin. And one kind of way to think about it is, imagine you're at the beach, right, and you're watching the waves, and each wave in a sense is like another altcoin going on its move, right? It's another altcoin going on its move. You have wave after wave coming. People are chasing all these altcoins. A lot of people are making a lot of money. A lot of people are losing a lot of money because they're only getting in at the very top, and then it's crashing because the people that got in 2 months ago at 90% less are then selling them their bags. So you have all these altcoin waves just coming, the FOMO, right, from just all these different listings, whatever the latest, whatever the flavor of the month is in a sense. And then at some point, and it's hard to know when it's going to happen, right? At some point, it's like the whole ocean retracts, right? And everything just bleeds away back into Bitcoin. And then you have the Bitcoin wave just come crashing through. And then people remember why it's king, right? Because when it does move, and we've said this before, when it does move, significantly, this is when the rest of the market will likely bleed against Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's going up 15% or something in a day, 10 or 15% in a day, then most other coins are not going to keep up with it in the short term, at least. On the other hand, those coins might still do okay in terms of their USD, right? I don't expect Ethereum to lose value in terms of USD if Bitcoin is going to 13K or 14K, right? I don't expect Ethereum to lose value in terms of Bitcoin, but I would expect it to lose value in terms of USD, but I do expect it to lose value in Bitcoin. Now, if Bitcoin, just slowly moves up, right? If it just kind of trickles up slowly, then this is great news for other coins, right? Because other coins are, still have that confidence. They're not getting the Bitcoin FOMO of, oh no, this is the time where all the coins are bleeding back into Bitcoin. Those other coins like Ethereum might just continue to go into these bubbles. But what I'm hoping to see, for primarily Bitcoin and Ethereum, I would like to see them just continue the dance, right? Watch one go up and then watch the other go up. Watch one go up and then watch the other go up. That way, if there is a speculative bubble, which I feel like you could argue that for a coin like Ethereum, it's already experiencing the beginning of stages of one anyways. Like, it might not go into full bubble mode right now, but it's certainly in the beginning stages of a bubble. So if Bitcoin were to do something like that, and go into a bubble, this is where, again, we want to take advantage of something like that in the short term, because I really do doubt that we're going to get to a sustainable $20,000 Bitcoin in the next few months, right? And we would need to get there, in terms of 4-year cycle theory, which I don't think is true. We would need to get to a sustainable $20,000 Bitcoin, within the next 4 or 5 months or so. And I really don't see it happening. Like, I don't see Bitcoin just shooting up like this in the short term, maybe going above it and then holding it and then continuing on. I don't see that happening in the short term. But what I could see, I could see one of two things, right? I could see it going sideways, going down, or I should say one of three things: going sideways, going down, going up, but not that significantly, right? So it could go sideways. I get the impression that it's probably going to break to the upside. If it does, then I would anticipate another short-term bubble, and maybe we even make it to 20K, right? I mean, maybe we go to 14K, maybe 16K, maybe 20K, right? But then I would expect probably a retracement, right? But I don't think we're going to come back down to this level or this level. In fact, we could come back down to, say, the 20-week, which at the time might be, $12,000 if we hold it as support. So what I want to see, or what I would like to see to continue to accumulate as much Bitcoin and Ethereum as I can, I would like to see a short-term bubble followed by, a sharp correction, but not all the way back down, just to kind of give people that chance to reload again, right? Reload the bags. You see how quickly the sentiment can change. If Bitcoin does go to 100K this market cycle, then, picking up more Bitcoin could make a huge difference. So, and if you're thinking that I sell everything, I certainly don't. I just dynamically DCA the sells, right? You just sell a small amount at one level, a higher amount as the levels go up. So this is the general idea that I take. So let me know what you guys think. I mean, I know this is just a bit of a rant, right, about Bitcoin, but I wanted to just hop on here, give my thoughts on the market. We'll see what happens. Again, if you see it break 12K and maybe get to, say, 12.1, 12.2, then things could really start moving quickly, and it might just go to 13K before you know it, right? And then we're then at a new level, and then we have to figure that out. So be on the lookout for that, especially if these other coins are ultimately staying bullish. Be on the lookout for Bitcoin kind of playing catch up a little bit. On the other hand, you must be prepared that if it does fall, I don't think we're going to drop back down to the 20-week today or anything. But again, Ben doesn't know. If it does fall, then just be ready for a huge altcoin reckoning in a sense. Especially the microcaps. There's going to be a huge reckoning of the microcaps at some point. It's just a matter of when it happens, and so you need to be careful if you're into that. So we'll follow it. We're going to continue to follow Bitcoin. We'll see if it breaks 12K. If not, if it doesn't break 12K, but it stays really bullish, like 11.8 or 11.9, then I would start to then focus my attention back onto Ethereum and other altcoins, right? Because if Bitcoin is going to stay super bullish, but it's not going to make the move itself, then rest assured other coins will take the lead. They will, because they always have and they always will if Bitcoin is still kind of refueling before its next move. So let me know what you guys think. Remember, we do have the premium list. If you want access to the information that I publish exclusively for the premium list, then make sure you check out my website, intothecryptoverse.com. You get access to 6 different perks. So I'm trying to provide more and more value. You get access to a weekly report. a weekly premium video within these report/video. It's basically like a new topic every week, and I also provide all the risk levels again. And then in addition to that, right, you get access to the Telegram alerts channel, the private Telegram chat room, and the Google Sheets risk and strategies dashboard. So please check it out. The prices will be going up soon. If you want to get access to the prices before they go up, then make sure you go ahead and subscribe, and you will be grandfathered in at the lower price. And then as a final reminder, if you want to pay with crypto for 6 or 12 months, you can get a nice discount, which will be grandfathered as well. So if you pay for, say, 12 months, you'll get a 15% discount. You'll also be able to pay that same price next year for 12 months, even if the prices are a lot higher. So if you've been waiting, you've been sitting on it to sign up, you want to sign up for the market cycle, remember that the prices will be going up, and those who get in early will be grandfathered in. And then also for those that think like, okay, well, what's the point of signing up when there's so many public videos that I can barely keep up with? Throughout the market cycle, as I've said, there are going to be less and less public videos, right? So 2019, 2020, primary years of outreach. As we continue to go through the market cycle, more and more videos will be reserved for the premium list. Okay, so I hope that relayed all the information that you guys need. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe to the channel. Check out Telegram. I'll see you guys next time.